Hey you guys, welcome to today's video. My name is Maddie Henderson and my channel is all about motherhood and lifestyle. So as you can see, our living room is a wreck and I just wasn't gonna clean it for this video. You know, we're just gonna be really real today. My house is not completely put together and that's fine. It's never actually always put together. Pregnant with number 2, you're exhausted. You're so exhausted. In today's video, I kind of just wanted to update y'all on life. I feel like I haven't been as present as I would like to be on my channel currently, and part of that is because I just have not felt good this pregnancy. I've felt better than I did with Nora. I was miserable during my first pregnancy, just so sick, had to sleep pretty much all day. So this time I'm kind of in the same boat, but it's not as bad. So I just kind of took a step back and have just really taken some days to just relax, kind of do things slowly and not make too many goals for myself right now, because some days I wake up and I feel great and I can knock out so many things on my list that I want done, and then other days I wake up and I'm like, I can't do anything. I can barely have enough energy to stand up and make me and Nora breakfast. I don't know why, I just feel really weak this go around. Anyways, I kind of just wanted to do an update on first trimester pregnancy because currently I am 17 weeks. I also wanted to talk about my breastfeeding update, how that's going. Also some updates on Nora because a lot's happened recently and I feel like I haven't really documented it or like put it on a video recently. If you've been here a while, for my first pregnancy, I did a bump video starting at week 18 and I did updates every 2 weeks. Just share my symptoms, how I felt, how big my bump was growing and all that. And I'm still gonna take footage, at least for myself, to watch my belly grow. But I don't know if I'm gonna do every 2 week updates. Honestly, whenever I did them in my last pregnancy, it was kind of a lot. I was working at the same time and working like a full-time job, so I was really tired at the end of the day. And I feel like even though I'm not working this time around, having a baby, almost a toddler, I just don't know if I could commit to that. So I think I'm gonna do maybe once a month kind of update and just kind of say how that month went, the symptoms I've been feeling that are different and things like that. So I'm probably gonna do month updates. So let's go ahead and jump into the first trimester recap. With my first pregnancy, I had a pregnancy journal that I wrote all my symptoms down for all the weeks leading up to week 18, because then I started doing video entries for each week. So I was actually looking this morning, kind of comparing my symptoms to how I felt my first pregnancy. I was comparing, you know, the weeks and everything. And all my symptoms are like spot on for where I was in Nora's pregnancy. And it's just crazy to think. I thought a lot of things were different, and actually whenever I was going back and looking at it, a lot of them are the same. So you think you're gonna remember everything, but it's really good to have like a journal or a video to talk to and explain your symptoms, because now I'm comparing and it's really cool. And now I'm wondering, is it another girl? I'm definitely not as sick as I was with Nora. With Nora, I had to go get medicine and I was throwing up 8 times a day. Couldn't keep any food down unless it was a potato. I don't know. With this pregnancy, I'm still throwing up and I'm nauseous all day long. And I have a lot of aversions, but I'm not as sick. I'm throwing up once a day or every other day. So it's definitely not as bad, but I'm still throwing up like I threw up this morning, and I'm 17 weeks. I know with Nora, I don't think I stopped throwing up until 18 weeks. So I don't know if I have like another week of this or what. So I'm definitely over being sick. I'm ready to be able to enjoy food again, because right now food just is not good. And for those that know, we actually had COVID the week that I found out I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant, and then 2 days later we started having symptoms of COVID. I lost my sense of taste and smell pretty early on in my pregnancy, and honestly I think it did help me in the nausea vomiting department for sure. I've said that in a video before. I'm just now getting my senses somewhat back, and we got COVID in September, and I'm just now getting my taste and smell back. I can smell things now way more than I could before, but everything smells the same. It has this terrible smell. Nothing smells good, so nothing sounds appetizing or sounds good to eat. And then also my taste, it's the same thing as my smell. Like, it's the same smell, but I'm tasting it and it tastes terrible. Everything tastes the same, and it's just so aggravating because I just want to be able to taste again. So I already am not wanting food, and so I need to want food, but then it all tastes terrible and it all smells terrible. So anyways, I'm just really struggling right now in the food department. But with Nora, I lost 20 pounds by the middle of my second trimester, so I ended up gaining 40 pounds after that. So by the end of my pregnancy, I think I weighed 155, 160, I think. Anyways, I'm saying all this to say I'm comparing it to this pregnancy. So my pre-pregnancy weight going into my second pregnancy, I weighed around 135. And currently I am 17 weeks, and I actually weighed myself this morning. I'm actually 126 pounds now, so I have actually lost weight. That, I guess that's just from me being sick and having a hard time keeping food down right now. It's not like I'm trying to lose weight. I don't know if that's just what my body does in the beginning, and then I end up gaining my weight back. So I will gain it back, so I'm not worried about that. One thing that's really weird about this one, I remember being tired and weak in my first pregnancy, but with this pregnancy I am exhausted. And if you hear people working, there's literally people building a house like right next door, so I'm watching them do it right now. Anyways, I'm so exhausted. I feel so tired. I feel so weak. And maybe too, that's because I'm just not getting enough food in. I'm trying, but because I'm throwing up, it's just not staying in my system. But I'm so tired, I'm weak, I'm lightheaded. And I thought some of that was from breastfeeding, because I am still breastfeeding while pregnant. So I figured that was a reason too. I don't know, I guess I just get really weak during pregnancy. I'm taking a few more vitamins and supplements added to my prenatal vitamin. So I'm doing that every day. I'm trying to get in fruits, vegetables, good protein. I'm trying to do as much as I can. But again, I'm still in survival mode, even though they say normally that's first trimester. I'm still there. I'm still just trying to wake up and not vomit all day, or wake up and get something on my stomach. Once I get past that, I can really focus more on the nutritional items that I'm putting in my body. Like, it's funny, I told Chip the other day, I was like, this is literally how I feel in the mornings when I wake up and I carry Nora down the stairs. I am so tired from just doing that I need to lay down. Like, I feel so weak that I can't even stand up enough to make us breakfast. That's how tired I am and how weak I am. And I'm trying to go for walks, trying to eat healthy. It's just, I guess it's just where I'm at right now. I'm drinking a crap ton of water, like a lot of water, because I'm super thirsty all the time. Pregnancy wipes me out, apparently. So okay, so next thing I wanted to update is our breastfeeding journey, how that's going, where we are, what's gonna happen next. Currently, I'm 17 weeks. Nora is 11 months old, and I am still breastfeeding, but she is only doing feeds in the morning and then at night. So she's only doing 2 feeds when she wakes up in the morning and then when she goes to bed at night. Now, she's been weaning herself kind of for the past month. We went from like 4 feeds to 3 really quick, then to just 2. And so she's kind of weaning herself. She eats plenty during the day. She loves food, is obsessed with food, does not need breast milk or formula to get the nutritional values that she needs for each day. So she's good to go on that. I'm not worried about her weaning and us supplementing and all that stuff. She's fine. I wanted her to wean when she was ready to wean. Now that I'm pregnant, I kind of wanted her to be done by a year, because we said initially my goal for breastfeeding was to go to a year, and it pretty much has been a year. I'm gonna say it's been a year because she's 11 months and like 2 weeks. We've had an amazing breastfeeding journey, and if you would have asked me a few weeks ago if I was okay with her weaning herself, I was not okay. I think we both had to be at a point where we were okay for this chapter to end because it is such a bonding experience. I'm gonna cry. Why am I gonna cry? It's because I'm pregnant. Oh, I didn't want to start crying, but like my baby's becoming like a toddler now, and she's no longer like a baby. And so anyways, it's so weird to think like we're gonna have another baby, because in my head I'm like, we have a baby, how are we gonna have another baby? These are good tears. It's just like, I think it's all hitting me kind of at the same time. But like, I had to be okay letting that season go and letting my baby grow up. And so I really am okay, I promise. But I've gotten to the point where I'm like, whenever she's ready to wean, like that's when it'll happen. And actually, whenever I kind of let go of that hold, I feel like she started to wean herself. I think she was ready too. She was loving food, not needing so much comfort anymore from me, because it kind of turned into that was more of just like a comfort and routine. Yeah, we're both in a really good place. We've had a really good journey, and she's weaning herself, and that's exactly what I wanted to happen. I wanted her to be able to wean herself and us not have to force it, because I was not going to do tandem feeding. Tandem feeding is when you nurse a newborn and a toddler or multiple babies at one time. And kudos to mamas that do that. I can't. Breastfeeding does way too much. Like, it wears so much on my body and my energy. And I also don't know how my postpartum period season is going to be like with this baby. With Nora, it was really, really rough. It was really rough for about 4 months. And so I can't imagine if that were to happen again. I can't imagine breastfeeding my toddler and my baby. I just don't think I have that kind of energy, and I just don't think it would work out for me. But I am planning on breastfeeding again. Last night, actually, she didn't nurse for the first time at night, and she nursed this morning, but I think she might be starting to cut off the night feed, and I honestly think her morning feed, she could probably cut that off. So I think by her birthday or around her birthday, she's going to be completely weaned. So I'm actually really thankful for how that has timed out and everything. So that is our breastfeeding journey. I plan to, once she's completely weaned, I want to do a video on our full breastfeeding journey, how it was in the beginning, how it was in the middle when the feeds were starting to shorten, how I knew, you know, all the basics on when I knew she was ready for solid foods and how to balance both of those, and also talking about our weaning experience. So we'll have a video coming soon once she's completely weaned on everything breastfeeding. Next is my baby. So Nora is walking. Nora is walking, and I cannot believe it. I'm gonna start crying again. Why am I crying? I haven't cried about her walking. This is the first time. I think I'm just really emotional from like talking to a camera. I feel like in 1 month, so at 10 months, she started standing, fully standing on her own, unassisted. She started holding on to things and walking around them. Like, she could walk all the way around this coffee table holding on to it. She was doing all kinds of things like all at once. I was like, oh my gosh, is she gonna start walking? So she started taking steps in around 10 months, and she would take 1 or 2 steps here or there. But she finally did her full stride last week. It was actually the day she turned 11 months. She took a full-on stride, actually up in her bedroom, all the way across her room, and was just going for it. Ever since then, she literally walks everywhere. Like, if I'm cooking dinner and she just walks by in the background, like, that's just such a weird thing to start seeing.
What are you doing? Nora! Hey!
Also, her little personality is my favorite. She's such a little piglet when it comes to food. She like loves food, but she's also like, I don't know, she's such a ham. Like, she loves attention, loves the camera, loves looking at herself in the camera, you know, FaceTiming people. She loves seeing herself. Nora, Nora, Tandy, Nora, Tandy. Oh my gosh, you just love looking at yourself. She's just so cheesy. Like, she has this little face that she like squinches up and like cheeses and shows her little gappy teeth, and is just the cutest thing. She's literally so cute. She's such a good baby. I just could not ask for a better baby. I'm gonna have to do a whole video on her because I could just go on and on. I won't go on and on. But anyways, she's walking now and it's crazy. So I'll just show y'all kind of a bump update. This won't be like an official bump video, but I'll just show it just because it's fun. This is week 17. Crazy. Is that not crazy? I'll show y'all my belly button. I still have, what is that? That line that I had. I had it during Nora's birth and it never went away. It faded, but it never went completely away. And I still have it, and so it'll probably just get darker in the next few months. My belly button is already sticking out. And yeah, it kind of looks different than how my bump did with Nora. This little part pokes out more because of my diastasis recti, my ab separation. So my abs never went completely back together after Nora, so that's why it's a little bit more poked out. But yep, there's my bump. It's just so weird. I feel like I was just here talking about my bump with Nora, and now Nora's almost a year old. Anyways, thank you so much for coming to my channel and watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will definitely start updating more once I start feeling better, which I think is just around the corner. Also, if you want to check out my Instagram, I do tend to put more daily things on there. My Instagram handle is Maddie Hinder, MADYHENDER. I post more little snippets of Nora every day, and honestly, that's my favorite thing to post, is little snippets of her throughout the day, because she's literally the cutest thing. I love her so much. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.